Welcome back, everyone. I figured I would just go a little bit in depth of the last video I did about I would walk away from this vehicle. If I was in the market to buy this specific vehicle, which is a 2023 K5 turbocharged, I don't even know car, if this was my car of choice, I would actually walk away from it being me. I'm not even getting through my whole inspection process with you. The first red flag on this car is the engine's a little noisy, and the oil change sticker is way past the recommended Valvoline oil change sticker. And I checked the oil, and it's actually it's low on oil. So how many times was this vehicle driven low on oil? I can't answer that. We could look at Carfax, we could look at this and say, yep, the customer was a 10,000 mile oil change. How many oil changes has it had in 50,000 miles? If it was even reported, who knows? Wiper blades peeling off. It's not a big red flag for me. It tells me that they changed the wiper blades at least once, and they put the cheapest options on here, which is the traditional frame blade. That's not what this vehicle came with. I can assure you the cabin air filter is bad, and that's simple. I pulled the air filter out, black, clogged, the pleats are full at every inspection of this car. So never done, throttle body never done, fuel injection never done, and none of the maintenance has probably ever been done on this car. Engine oil's low, oil sticks are overdue. I would be done at this car, completely done. This car doesn't meet my standards just on a visual inspection for neglected maintenance. Now I have to move on to the repair part. This is what's out here on the used car dealership lots is people who are buying cars today are not making the best choices based on facts and material that's out there to say, is this car a good car for me that someone already owned? Is buying a brand new car an option for me, choking down huge car payments, and then not being advised and not doing the maintenance? It's this specific scenario for me would be if I was buying this vehicle thinking I was buying a good car that was taken care of. The red flags are already there. The oil change sticker is overdue. The maintenance counter is negative a few thousand miles. Wiper blades are peeling. Air filter's nasty. I bet the cabin air filter's clogged. This is a zero maintenance vehicle minimum. And were they even putting the right fuel in this car? Who knows? Were they using the absolute bottom of the barrel fuel stations, which is not top tier? Did they ever do a fuel injection service, throttle body? A lot of boxes for me as a used car buyer for this mileage or even lower mileage, right? There's certain boxes I need to check, right? Like if you're buying a pile of crap, right? You already know you're buying a pile of crap. So your expectations are, does it run and drive? And sometimes it's even lower than that when you just want a chassis. If you're desperate, you still need to make good purchasing decisions, pre-owned vehicles. And if you want to buy a new car, if I was to buy a new car and money wasn't dripping out of my pockets and my finances weren't all in line and I wasn't in debt, I would really have to say it doesn't matter to me because money's unlimited. But for people who don't have the unlimited money and are carrying debt, a new car payment really isn't a choice. I would say you search the used market and pre-owned market, but make good decisions on purchasing that car. And like I said, for me, I don't care how excited I would be about buying this car, or if say my son or daughter wanted this car, me being the person that I am and knowledge that I have about cars, I would walk away from this car. It's already got too many red flags for maintenance. And if you want to buy this car for them to have for 10 years so you don't have to buy them another car, I would say it's least likely that this car is going to be not problematic in the next 10 years. So I would say no. I would look for this vehicle with very, very detailed maintenance records. That would be me. Very detailed. And the lower the mileage, the less that you really need to look at, right? Your exclusions would be what quality oil were they using? Did they ever put super or premium top tier fuel in this car? The lower the mileage, the less questions and less boxes you need answered. But when you're hitting this 30 to 60,000 mile car, you need a lot more information than, oh wow, the Carfax says there's no accidents. That doesn't mean crap today. What about the rest of the vehicle? So for me, this is the vehicle that I would walk away from. But a lot of people don't know. They get in this car, it'll drive it a couple months. They won't change the oil or they won't have it serviced. They don't know that right now I'm doing an inspection, the engine oil is low on the stick. How many times did the previous owner of this vehicle change the oil and run the engine low on oil? Running your engine low on oil is the worst thing that you can do. Running low and overextended is even like a nuclear bomb going off inside your engine, if you want to talk about catastrophic issues going on. There's nobody out here who's an engine builder or machine shop or drag racer or anyone says that a low oil condition is safe, and an overextended oil change and a low oil condition is a safe environment for your engine. Thanks for watching.